Hi, I'm Ramona Wurst, and from my Basil kitchen, I will be preparing a slow roasted tomato. Now, the slow roasted tomatoes are used as garnish, and I will be using these in my risotto. Now, what you can do is you can actually freeze your roasted tomatoes because you won't be using all of these unless you're having a big dinner party. But we do want to go ahead and prepare enough of them to make it worth our while because they take up to 2 hours in the oven. I've got my oven preheated to 250 degrees. Now, I prefer to use the grape tomatoes, and the reason why is they're longer, but they're also a little bit thinner than the cherry tomatoes, and they will set on my cookie sheet better. All you do is you're going to cut the tomato in half. I have lined my cookie sheet with parchment paper, and you can get parchment paper where the aluminum foil is in the grocery store. So I've lined my cookie sheet with the parchment paper, and now I'm just going to go ahead and put my tomatoes on the parchment paper. Now, using sea salt, you'll lightly sprinkle your tomatoes with the sea salt. And you do want to make sure that each tomato gets a little bit of sea salt on it. Not too much, but just a little bit. After you have sprinkled them with sea salt, you'll want to use a finer olive oil. This particular one is from Wimberley, Texas, from the Bella Vista Olive Ranch. Now what we're going to do is just drizzle our tomatoes with just a little bit of olive oil. And just want to get each one of them with just a little bit. And now we're going to place these in your preheated oven at 250 degrees for 2 hours or until they've shriveled up and they look concentrated. Then we'll know that they're done. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven, and I'll be back in 2 hours. The tomatoes have been cooking in the oven a little over 2 hours, and as you can tell, they are roasted, concentrated, shriveled up, whatever you want to call them. So there you have it. This is my roasted tomatoes, and you'll want to use these as a garnish for example, my risotto that I'm making. I'm Ramona Wurst, and from my Basil kitchen, these are my roasted tomatoes.